Even as the markets are declining, we do have a bunch of stocks which are doing well. Adani and from the Nifty pack has moved to the high point of trade, and Axis Bank too has picked up some steam, currently at the high point of trade for that counter too. So we'll wait and watch whether this zone of 18,100 to 18,150 sees a bit of support for the index or not. But let's talk about the new listing on the block. It was a steady listing for integrated cash logistics player Radiant Cash Management. Remember, the issue size was reduced on account of the undersubscription of the issue, and as was the price. The price band was 94 to 99, and after issuing shares to the anchor investors at 99, for those who subscribed in the IPO, got it at 94. So from a 94 rupee price band, it is a 9.5 rupee premium that the stock is trading at right now. But if you compare it to what the anchor investors have been allotted at, it's just about 3 to 4 odd rupees. We do have with us the management of the company, Mr. Devasahayam, joins in. Thanks a lot for joining in, sir. Just wanted to understand, why is it that the issue was undersubscribed, and at the same time, the OFS size was reduced from around 328 crores to around 202 odd crores. Are the people who, did reduce the size from an OFS looking to sell now? Is there a lock-in there? Mr. Devasahayam, can you hear us? All right, we'll just try to,
Good morning. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir.
We can hear you.
Look at the screen.
Well,
yes.
in India.
Yes, hi.
Colonel David Devasahayam, and it's a wonderful moment for me this morning that after 25 years of service in the infantry, coming out, and in the last 17.5 years, we've been able to take our company public, Radiant Cash Management Services. And as you can see, I'm wearing my miniature medals because 21% of our 9,000 strong workforce is from the ex-services fraternity. So it's a proud moment for all of us, and we carry out, and that's the DNA of our organization, of integrity, discipline, dedication and frugality.
Congratulations
so it's nice to be on your channel.
Absolutely. Colonel David, it's an honor to host you as well, and congratulations to you and your entire team as well, and it's a phenomenal listing. But in stock market context, we need to understand a couple of numbers and the way ahead from here on. Now, your OFS was scaled back. So there was a promoter entity and an investor that was looking to sell some part of their shares, which was scaled back because of the response. The question is now, do they intend to still come along and sell those shares as a promoter entity as well as the investor? Or for the time being, will they hold on? Go ahead.
Yes, we had a very strong anchor response. Anchor response was 1.4 times, and the best of marquee names are our anchor investors. However, in terms of the IPO, maybe operationally our planning could have been better. And but we are over that, and there's going to be no sale. We reduced the OFS to manage the requirement, but there's going to be no sale at this point from either the investor or from the promoter group.
Yes, Mr. Devasahayam, on that itself,
we are really happy to see that the company has been recognized with a very strong listing this morning.
No, we understand that, David, it is a strong listing on the lower end of the issue price because it was undersubscribed. At the higher end of the issue price, it's about 2 to 3% premium. Just wanted to understand, you said that there would not be any further selling from the promoter entity or the investor, which is Ascent Capital Advisors. They've scaled back their size in the OFS.
That's right.
For how long will they not sell?
Well, they have clearly indicated that at least not for the next 6 months.
Oh, and what about you, sir?
I have sold my last share as far as the issue is concerned. And as a promoter group, we are going to be holding about 57% And there's going to be no further sale of any shares from our side.
Okay, promoter entity will hold on to all the shares that they have. Got that. All right, let's talk about business then. Could you tell us what kind of a revenue growth can you guide for now that you're at the liberty since the stock is already listed? So what's the revenue growth trajectory you're looking at? And also if you could give us a sense about touch points. I think you're at around 55,000 touch points and you've been adding touch points at quite a good pace. What is the trajectory out there? Say by FY24, how many touch points can you add?
Well, I'll just give you a background. I think many of the viewers are not aware of retail cash management. Retail cash management is once the body public gets the money from the ATMs and teller counters and then it moves out. Thereafter,
Colonel David,
they sell it at various outlets.
Colonel David, we have had you on the channel and you explained it nicely the last time around as well. And, prior to the IPO, people are not so well aware. But I think now the entire fraternity has made an effort and they understand the business quite well. So now we're looking for a couple of numbers from you, Colonel. Tell us, what is the revenue growth you're looking at?
Yes, that's right.
And if you could give us the touch points, 2 factors I'm asking you for. Please go ahead.
Well, yes. The revenue growth that we are looking at is about 22 to 24% every year hereafter. That's what we are targeting. And as far as the touch points are concerned, from the DRS we were at 42,000 points. Today we are at 55,000 points. So we are looking at about 1,100, 1,200 touch points being increased month on month.
Okay.
So that's going to be the rate at which we are going to grow. The industry today, whole industry together is doing about 1.4 lakh outlets. But we have a total of, as per Frost & Sullivan report, 30 lakh outlets which are available. So it's a humongous opportunity. And now that we are listed and as a listed entity with all the requisite financial strength that we have and the strong financial fundamentals, we're a dividend paying company.
We get that point. Okay, we take that point, Colonel David, we take that point. But the 2 things that stand out, revenues you say will grow between 20 to 22% going forward, 22 to 24%, and you will increase your touch points at the pace of 1,000 to 1,100. Just wanted to understand your revenue breakup. 67% currently comes from fixed point cash pickup, 24% from network currency management. Which one is more margin accretive for you, and how is this revenue mix likely to be?
That's a good question. Currently 67%, as you said, is from the cash pickup and 24% from network cash management. Network cash management is growing very rapidly as far as we are concerned, and that's also the more lucrative segment in both of them. And so therefore, I think the mix is likely to come down to closer to 60% of pickups and growing to closer to 30% of network cash management in the near future.
Okay, what is the margin differential between the two, network cash management and fixed point? You said it is more lucrative. Can you give us some numbers?
Well, in terms of numbers, what we can say is that the pickup cost which is there, that is as it is there in network cash management as well. But in addition to that, the banks pay us a cost because we deposit the cash into our own accounts. So there are certain cash deposit charges which they additionally pay. Just to understand what is network cash management, let's say a multinational bank has got, say, 12 or 15 banks, but they've got a large e-com customer as one of their end customers. Now, when we pick up from that e-com customer, initially, we can deposit into wherever their branches are located, but we deposit it into our own accounts, which are collection accounts.
Okay.
And thereafter, the next day, the whole amount is swept together and paid back to the client. So for depositing into our own account, we get an additional cash deposit charge. So that is why this is the more profitable segment.
Okay, all right. We have got that. But in terms of a margin trajectory, you have told us which part of the business is the lucrative business and how the mix will change. What is the margin guidance you could give us from here on, if you could give us that number? And second factor, you briefly said that you all have been paying out dividends as well. So what is the dividend payout you all are looking at maintaining now that you're a listed company? your shareholders will be looking forward to some gifts in the form of dividends, that is. Give us that target.
Well, in the last 3 years, we paid, these are COVID-impacted years, but to our shareholders, we have paid about 57 crores as dividends. So this is a track record that we have. And even as we speak, we have substantial cash on our books. So we are looking forward to maintaining this track record and provide our shareholders with a healthy dividend policy.
Oh, should it be around 30 to 40% of what you earn? But would that be a fair estimate? And also give us the margin number. We just want these two before we let you go.
Yes, we are definitely looking at 30 to 40%.
Dividend payout.
We are looking at that number.
And margins?
And our PAT margin is in the range of about 18%.
All right.
EBITDA margin, sir, if you could tell us?
EBITDA margin, I go by the first quarter. You all know that first quarter is normally the weak quarter. EBITDA margins is about 26%.
Yes.
And PAT margins is 18%. And we hope to maintain and build on this in the time ahead.
Got it.
All right. Thanks a lot, Colonel David.
I have one last message I'd like to say. I'd like to say, there's
Go
a
ahead,
last
sir.
message.
Please go ahead, sir.
My life is an indication. My life is an indication. For 25 years, I was in the armed forces. I came out and starting with my savings and some support, in 17 and a half years, we could take the company public. This is for the youngsters of a beautiful country. This is a lesson. The markets are uncertain and all that is there, but this story, I would like you all to understand that in our country, impossible is nothing.
Absolutely.
That's what I like to say.
All right, Colonel, we thank you for joining in and giving us that message. Congratulations on a good listing and wishing you all the best. And as you said, some things are beyond stock market. You've given us those numbers, though, and you've given us some inspiration as well.
We
for the
also
youth
thank
out there.
him and all his employees, 21% of his employees, for their service to the nation.
Yes.
You have served our country well, and you continue to do so by hiring people who are ex-army as well. Thanks a lot for joining in, Colonel David Devasahayam. With that, we'll step into a short break, come back, get you more on the markets and individual stocks.